Okay, folks. It's my headache has actually gone worse over time, unfortunately, but I'm pretty hell bent on finishing this game tonight, so we can move on hopefully with something new next week. Should have. I already know which game it's going to be. I'm not gonna spoil it yet, obviously, although it doesn't matter now because no one's actually watching this, but anyway, it's the fault that counts. Now, what was on about? Yeah, so I'm gonna finish this, folks. I have about enough space left. Can't skip the bloody cutscene, unfortunately, so we'll just have to mash the keys and hope it actually works. There we go. Okay, so... God, I keep getting distracted, man. Right, so I'm gonna finish this, folks. Oh yeah, right. I have like enough space for about an hour of recording left on my hard drive, so hopefully that will do. Otherwise, I am actually uploading, yeah, the previous video as I record this, so this should be done in a half hour or something. I can delete that one then, and hopefully it will all work out. But I hope it won't be necessary. I will actually use a walkthrough, folks, if I need to, because screw this game, man. So what we have now is 20 pills. I'm not sure what good that's gonna do us. Nothing to mix or anything. We still have the socks and all the shit we had last time. We've used most of it, so I'm not sure why we still have the chili, so maybe that will come in useful somewhere, I don't know. Anyway, this is still locked, I assume, yep. Nothing else here, so let's see what happened here, folks. What it expects of us. I'm assuming we have to find the actual laboratory of the guy we just saw in that extremely long cutscene we just had. Where would it be? Now the only things we have left as interactable puzzle objects are this hole here, and I believe we can't think of it now. I think there was something else, maybe in the kitchen. I don't think we're pretty much done for the kitchen, if I recall. Yeah, the stew and all of that, but who cares? Now let's see if we can jam something in the hole here, because we just don't try enough things, you know. But that's what keeps getting me stuck, really. You just need to, again with the bottle and all that, I just wasn't careful enough at trying everything with everything, I guess. So anyway, how about socks in the hole? No good. How about party pastry roller, party roller? That adds a new dimension to the word. Obviously, it's gotta have to be sensible. I mean, I know the ice tongs aren't gonna do anything. Well, ice tongs are questionable, but a remote control, you just know that's not gonna work. Now, it's not in any of these places, I don't think. I'm not even sure what we're supposed to do anymore, folks. Maybe this is the where we actually have to. Nah, I don't think so, actually. So what does it actually want? Do we just need to go out? This looks like a laboratory-ish, but... Oh, there's the sculpture. Forgot about that one. Can we... Nah. Pastry roller? Nope. Nah, that makes no sense, folks. Likes the socks, it doesn't. Does it like the socks? Seems like there's more. Nah. So do you actually want to go out now, Mark? No, we don't even have the option anymore. Yeah, this has a square shape. So what? I'm just gonna see if there's anything else I can think of. Otherwise, walk through, man. I mean, come on. There's this microwave. Microwave. Oh, we can't use that. Microwave the socks? Nah. Well, fuck it, folks. Yeah. Yeah. Once he opens. After the lengthy cutscene, click the lower left. Yeah, we did that. Oh. We missed something, folks. Could tell already. So, where were we? Here, I think? Yeah. There's something here. Maybe not here. Yeah, here it is. So he must have left it there in the cutscene and I just didn't notice as usual. This obviously goes in the square shaped hole. No, Mark, no, come on. Door handle, please. There we go. Now it opens the other way. And now we have to deal with a thing. A continuum transponder. Nothing to look at, nothing to interact with, it would seem. Can we just... Oh, it's like a fan, is it? So... I guess what would come in useful is if we could like go 1,000 times faster, you know. There we go. Looks like there's something there, but there isn't. Let's turn this off. There we go. Next. Stop them doing what, Mark? What? Oh. Well. Ah, that's what happened. It isn't. You can kill him for all I care. I don't like Mark anyway. Hey, what's this? Oh, it's our bodies, isn't it? Yeah, there we go. It's the ticklish guy. Wow. Hmm. So you're gonna take a pill, do a quick peek under the skirt of the old girl, are you now, Mark? That's what I do. Hey, you actually want him, do you now? Where did he go? I'm assuming we have to go out now. No, we don't. So did he go to the kitchen? No. Is it? I'm assuming, actually thinking about it. Maybe he went into like one of those suits of armor that were around. There's gotta be some reason for them to be here. Well, I don't think he would fit his fat ass in there. Yeah, I thought so. So there's also still that locked cabinet. But... okay, so we do still... we can get another open flame, I guess. I'm not sure how that's going to help us. Maybe we can lure him out with that. God, with that is something that's so difficult to pronounce, man. You wouldn't believe. Oh, okay, so that doesn't work. Is he in the flower pots? How is it hanging, Robbie? I wonder if he means like Robert Plant or something. Isn't that some guy? I'm not sure. Huh. Well, I wasn't really paying attention, folks, so I'm not sure where he's gone. Huh. Oh. Well, that helps. Okay, open wardrobe. Here's Johnny. Hey, I did an accidental reference there. So, here's Johnny. Locked safe. He wants his money. It's not a safe here. So, what you gonna do, Johnny? Well, I couldn't find it. Well, I guess so. Now, that's not gonna help. He doesn't want his socks back, apparently. Dictaphone. Nah. Want some, oh. Simple solution there, folks. Oh, come on. Of course. Well, that's a bummer, Mark. She wasn't that into you anyway. Yeah. Oh god. Oh, you weren't. So. Exactly. The end justifies the means. Uh, nah, that's not gonna work. Nah, don't do it, Mark. Dating people from work just sucks, man. It never works out. Boros. Exactly. Mm-hmm. Neither do I, actually. Oh, right. Uh-huh. Well, it wasn't exactly written down or anything, but... Yeah, the name of who? What country is this anyway? Okay, so that's it, folks. So our first completed Let's Play, I suppose. I mean, first time we completed a game in that sense, because I get, I mean, obviously we were just playing that. You can't actually complete that. So technically it's a completed Let's Play, but it isn't, because you're never actually done with it. Regardless, yeah, so that was Teen Agent, folks. Now, what I like to do whenever I actually finish games, which is actually quite thinking about. I can't actually remember the last time I actually finished any game, let alone the Let's. Oh, I guess. Uh huh. Pretty cool, yeah. But what are you gonna do with it? Nothing. That's a shame. Anyways, where was I? Yeah, I can't even remember the last time I completed the game, man. That must have been years and years and years ago. Because honestly, like I was saying, folks, I mean, I mean that period of my life where you just don't care anymore about. When I was young, I had to finish games, you know. That was my goal actually. You know, just go on and play all day just to see the end. And when you grow older and learn to relativize and all of that, you just don't. It doesn't really become a priority anymore. You just play the game, and then you go on with your life, and eventually you just lose interest. You know, you don't want to go back to it anymore. You would like to see it completed, but you just don't. You just don't do it anymore, I guess. So this is actually quite a good feeling in that aspect, and one of the reasons why I really wanted to start Let's Playing. Now, with that being said, let's talk about the game itself a bit. I mean, it's also one of the interesting things, obviously, about doing, you know, games from my childhood and all that, is that I can actually have a look at, you know, if they hold up to what I thought they would. Also, something nice here. we're actually being congratulated by the walkthrough writer as well. It's always a bit ironic. So congratulations, you have read my guide, and as such have beaten the game with actually no effort. It's nice anyway. So thanks, Apocalypse Knight, for helping us get through this, and the other guy as well. There's 2 walkthroughs. This for this game. Points out anything wrong? There was actually, from what I believe, but whatever. We figured it out, so should others. Now, God, I keep getting sidetracked here, man. Where's my actual DOS? Hey. Oh, I accidentally closed it off, it would seem. Hey. Oh well, no matter. Anyway, so, yeah. I mean, I guess, what was it all about? Right, the actual game, does it hold up to, what I remember it being? Now, obviously, I've only played the Shareware version back in the day, and that went like that for a lot of the games that I played back then. I couldn't actually afford full games, so I basically lived on playing tons and tons of demos. It did alright actually. And one of the things I keep noticing is that usually the demo sections in the first act in this game as well are usually the best. And I was always sad not being able to see the full games and all that. But with a lot of these games it would seem that usually you just get more of the same you know, after that. But it's okay. I mean, as far as this game goes, I mean, it's obviously a product of its time. It's not necessarily something that's aged well. And I mean, is it that? I mean, Elika, for instance, that is still very fun to play. It's just very limited because of its age, obviously, but it's still fun. This one, is it fun to play? Nah. I mean, to be honest, I mean, I didn't like doing these sort of games when I was like, when I was a kid for some reason, but then you like everything when you're a kid. Even though, obviously, I had extreme problems with figuring anything out, but I did actually get through the first act, apparently, as a kid, which I'm actually quite proud of in retrospect. So, it can be done, apparently, but I found it pretty difficult. Maybe it just gets difficult later on, I don't know. But regardless, it was a bit too harsh at times, but that's not the problem, you know. A lot of adventure games were like that back in the day. I suppose like their main clandestine, like their the demographic that would buy these sort of games back then were actually rather intelligent people and all that. And I mean, I'm not I'm not afraid to admit my mediocrity in that aspect. But regardless, a lot of things I think I could have figured out myself eventually if I just spent enough time, you know, combining things. I was a bit careless in that aspect, even though I know it's like it's something that tends to go wrong for me with these sorts of games, but I don't know. I mean, there were some puzzles, looking back, what was like the hardest puzzle? Obviously the bookshelf one was pretty difficult. Or it would have been difficult, obviously, if we didn't just go to a guide to solve it, but I mean, the hint was that the book was red and was about Manchester United, which is also red and all that, but and obviously you could have made the connection to the drawers, but it's a far-fetched one, you have to admit that, folks. But, you know, it's that one was just about, it was questionable, but okay, you know. What was the other things we got stuck on? I remember, like, there was something in this act was one major fucking pain in the ass in the end, too, with every single bit of it, pretty much. I mean, yeah, it was hard. Let's just keep it at that. You know, I can't really remember the specifics of which ones were. This one was pretty annoying. This was really my fault. I should have really figured out that the car door opened. I don't know how I missed that, but those things happen, you know. The rest of it, yeah, obviously the main thing is obviously the mouse in the cave here, I guess, because you had to thinking about it. I mean, really hard. I mean, how would you figure out? I'm assuming that once you put the actual rock in after the mouse, that's the actual hardest part. Like, because I just tried it separately. Like, I tried the rock in there, it just didn't work. So I assumed it didn't. It just wouldn't work even if the mouse was in there, because I didn't actually know you had to get the mouse, you know, to lock him in so he would find another exit. I mean, that's not something that's really straightforward. However, I'm assuming that if you could have figured that out, you would, because it gives you like, it prompts you to try something else after you put the mouse in. So you could have eventually just tried the rock and it would have gone in there. And I'm assuming that if you waited after that, that the mouse would just push the rock back out, you know, giving you the clue as to using the super glue to actually glue the rock in there. So it's possible to figure that out, I guess. The valve, on the other hand, that really stuck by me as one of the most bastardized things in this game, and I've already explained why. So yeah, that's pretty much it's as far as I can, as the puzzles go. I mean, the rest of it wasn't that bad eventually, I don't think. Now, as far, one of the things that makes me a bit like, I mean, I haven't enjoyed it that much. I mean, and that's mainly because like the story isn't all that interesting. There's no great big plot lines. There's nothing really. I mean, I was just thinking, if I wasn't doing this as a let's play, I'd probably just give up somewhere halfway through. Like, because honestly, I just don't really care about any of the story plot points or the characters. You know, you have like Mark, your typical cynical, smart mouth teenager and all that. I don't really care about him, and neither do I about any other of the, like Anne, for instance. I mean, obviously, it was a bit of a weird story. I've actually got some thought into why she was like so traumatized by the whole by her getting money from the old man. That's actually quite, now that I think about it. So she actually got like $100 from the fat guy, John. John was his name, I believe. Yeah, John. Like, so she's actually a secret agent, and the professor made. Oh yeah, the professor told him to give her money to. Yeah, okay, right. So that all makes sense now. Well, kinda, because she is a secret agent. So I don't know how that all plays into it. So was she here already before Mark came here? When did that actually happen? I don't know, folks. But even if you figured that out, I was a bit surprised, like how she would just burst out crying while honestly nothing happened. But thinking about it, like, he gave her money and then said like, if you give me a little kiss, you can get more, something like that. And I was like, why don't you just keep the money, tell him to fuck off, and then maybe call the police or something. I don't know, maybe you're underage, or that would get him in jail and all that. But she didn't do that, and she actually started crying about it and gave the money back and all that. And I was a bit like, why, you know? But I guess, you know, being in her position means she might be in one of those sort of gift cultures where, like, if you get a gift, you actually have to give one back. You know, I mean, some people are like that. Giving is like they give you a gift for your birthday, and they're not really giving you it. It's more like a sort of delayed trade bartering thing going on there. But uh, maybe that she's just been like raised in that sense that she really needs to give back something when someone gives something to her. Otherwise, she just feel guilty and all that. So she might have felt like pressured into, you know, complying, giving the guy what he wants just because he gave her something, you know, and that's why she actually gave it back. So okay, fine, you know, I get that. But otherwise, you know, story-wise, I don't. I mean, obviously they tried to do what they could. Obviously, I mean they have the cutscenes, which were reasonably, they were entertaining, I guess, but they obviously didn't really. It was all supposed to be some sort of satirical, like cynical play on the old concept of James Bond films and all that, you know, which were like pretty hot back in when this game was made, I guess. But it wasn't anything to write home about. It's nothing I'm gonna remember years from now, that's for sure. And gameplay wise, well, it's just an adventure game, you know. I'm not sure. I mean, obviously, it's a genre that's mostly disappeared in modern times, I guess. And most of the people, I mean, I know a lot of people actually miss those games, you know. And I'm not actually sure why, because obviously they were sort of like created in a time that you just couldn't do much more in the realms of, in the sense of interactivity, you know. I mean, you just, this was one of the easiest ways to make a game look, you know, grander than it actually is. You could just draw all your backgrounds. You didn't need like a 3D environment, and obviously not 3D environment, but even 2D environments are probably more difficult to make than point and clicks are. And in that sense, I mean, that's sort of how they were created, I guess, the concept. And nowadays you don't actually need to restrict yourself like that anymore. They just become a bit obsolete, I think. I mean, it's not particularly interesting gameplay concept, like, if you ask me, really. I mean, first of all, it's extremely annoying, obviously, because it relies on puzzles, you know, to make sense, and it's up to the developers then to actually have them do so, I guess. But so really, it's not really something I've ever enjoyed particularly, unless, I mean, apart from obviously when I was a kid. But then you enjoy everything when you're a kid, so I don't know about that. I guess most people remember this game so fondly, and the reason why that is I guess just because of the humor of these games. I'm pretty sure. I mean, and you know, humor in a game, it's nice. You know, it's a form of entertainment overall, and I'm guessing it's something that people actually miss in modern games, which are more. We've gone into the age of gritty realism and cynicism and all that, so something light-hearted like this you don't find that often anymore. But I don't find it that big of a deal, me. I mean, it's nice to have a laugh here and then, but it's nothing special, you know. I mean, there's things I laugh about every day. I don't need to play games for that, so I'm not sure why people, you know, I mean, obviously this is the best of the adventure games. There's games that are far more like I said, they're grander in skill, you know, they're more, the puzzles are more imaginative and all that. That's the sort of thing obviously people miss, and I guess not like the single mediocre adventure game like this is, you know, that there probably were a lot of back then, but those kind of games people forget, obviously. Regardless, so basically this game, meh. I don't particularly think I don't know. I'm just not that fond of it anymore. But it was good enough, obviously, as a playthrough. I sort of enjoyed it, and I would have enjoyed it back in the day, I suppose. So okay, that's about it. That's about all I can say about it, really. So just mediocre. And with all that said, well, I guess that's it for now, folks. So, first Let's Play done. I do have a next one planned. I'm just not sure when. I'm hoping to start that next week, but it does require a bit more preparation on my side, so it might take a bit longer, but it doesn't matter anyway, obviously, because no one's watching, but I don't know, it'd be interesting for sort of a future perspective, I guess. So that's about it, folks. And I'll see you next Let's Play. I might also Clyde's Adventure, obviously. I need to finish that at some point, but it doesn't have a priority at the moment, so maybe that'll come before, but we'll see. Anyway, folks, I hope you enjoyed that, and I certainly did. No, those are the cliches, obviously. I didn't enjoy it that much, but it was okay. Anyway, I'm repeating myself now, so bye from Mark, bye from me.